All right, Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the 144,000 and the rest of the elect. Hey, Shalom. Hey, I'm just go ahead and play this video real quick, and it's just gonna go straight into the lesson. So
These cops around that house.
A family dispute turned violent. The Harris County Sheriff's Office says a mother was assaulted by her own teenage daughters for turning off the Wi-Fi. Authorities allege the girls then plotted to kill her. The three teens, ages 14, 15, and 16 years old, accused of grabbing kitchen knives and chasing their mom throughout the house and into the street. A nearby neighbor says they were returning from the rodeo when they saw the family in the driveway. Moments later, the homeowner and her sister heard yelling.
When she got back from the gas station, she says that there was cops outside. They've always, been known as like trouble in this neighborhood, and our neighbors tell us the same thing.
The mother was hit with a brick and the teen's grandmother knocked over while trying to intervene.
all right, so you see, this place Babylon the Great, it has to go. The ideas, the different things, the monsters that this place produces, this place would destroy itself if Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai were not to step in. So you see, it says the mother and the grandmother. You hear, there ain't no father in the house, no kind of how do you say, leadership. And this is just what Esau Edom, the so-called white man, wants. Now, they ain't show the nationality or race of the people, but hey, it's Jake, because we're the number one people under these curses. Who else is going to have a fatherless household? Which, it happens amongst the nations, but mostly among so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. But anyway, straight into the scriptures. This is Matthew chapter 10 and verse 35. And this is Yahushua speaking. It says, "Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword." So, a lot of people think that Yahushua, or who the world ignorantly calls Jesus, they think that he's a lovey-dovey, cuddly teddy bear, came to send kisses and rainbows and lollipops and all kinds of things like that. But when you get into the scriptures, when you learn about Yahushua, when you learn about his father, Yahweh, you learn that they're men of war. You learn that Yahushua is an austere man, that he's serious, that he's not anything to play around with, that he's not playing around, that he didn't come to like I said, he didn't come to bring peace. He's coming when he comes, he's not coming to bring, like I said, gummy bears. He's coming with fire. He's coming with destruction. He's coming to take this world from Esau Edom. Verse 35, "For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law." So you see here, the daughters, which the family was already split. The father in the house, so the mother was against the father. Here now it's even turning more. The daughters turn against the mother and the grandmother. And eventually, them three little gremlins, they're going to turn on each other. They're going to eat each other. So showing that Yahushua, he's coming to bring division. All you seeing on the earth right now happening is more and more division. More and more divisions, things breaking down, communications breaking down, people's mental health breaking down, the infrastructure breaking down. You're seeing this society you're seeing this society collapsing. And the only ones that are truly being brought together, being held together, are those that are protected by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, that have the blood of Yahushai covering them. Which it would be the hopeful elect. And only the elect are going to be saved out of this. But continuing on, For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and a daughter against her mother, and a daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And a man's foes shall be they of his own household. So your own enemies, your own household, your family. The unbelievers. It's going to be division. It is division all around. So from here, I want to go to, because this is signs of the end times. These are different signs. We got different prophecies, different things to look at to show us where we are in the time period, where we are in as far as prophecy. We're waiting for the MOTB, World War III talks. That's in the news. Different countries are preparing. Taiwan is saying that they'll be ready for China's invasion by 2026. It's either 2026 or 2027. But hey, that's right around the corner. That's a few months away. Germany talking about World War III. All of Europe talking about World War III. Meanwhile, hey, over here in Babylon the Great, what are they talking about? I don't know. Don't nobody over here talk about World War III. People over here don't talk about shit. They got their head up their ass. Worried about the internet being cut off. But anyway, it's like a rambling. Anyway, 2nd Ezra chapter 9 and verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. So when you see part of the signs, you got to measure. The prophecies are like a measuring stick or like a road marker. When you're driving down the highway, such and such town, 10 miles, such and such. Hey, guess what? The prophecies are similar. So you're getting closer and closer. World War III, the talks of it are being built up. Iran just revealed its whole missile arsenal. Different countries talking about World War III. The MOTB in the works. These things being set up. The CBDC, the digital system being laid underneath your feet. An NWO being set up right before your eyes. But the majority of the Israelites can't see it. The majority of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans can't see it. They can't understand it. They can't get it. But these are the signs how close we are to this place being destroyed. So again, 2nd Ezra chapter 9 and verse 2, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, and you have earthquakes happening all over the world, uproars of the people happening all over. Uproars, protests, people protesting the government, people protesting different things. Uproars. 9 verse 4, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. So these different things were talked about already. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai already spoke on these things, and they're coming to pass. So from here, I'm going to go to Matthew 24, and I'll start up at verse 3. This is Matthew 24 and verse 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world? So what are the signs of you coming, Yahweh Shai? Because these are synonymous. These go together. The signs of the end of the world, which is this word for world, is aeon, which is for age. When is the sign of Esau, the end of Esau's age? Who's ruling? The Roman Empire. They're synonymous. When is the sign of this age ending and the sign of your return? And you can read more about that in Daniel chapter 2, Daniel chapter 7. So when was the signs of you coming back? And Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. So you have to pay attention. You have to pay close attention, because there's all kinds of deceivers out in the world. Hey, some calling themselves Israelites, some wearing fringes, dressing up. Saying but you can tell by their fruit. Not calling on the names of Yahweh while Yahushua, saying you don't need to know the names, you don't need to know any kind of Hebrew, this and that. You got to keep the laws, when in reality you can't keep the laws in this flesh. You're gonna go off. You need Yahushua, and in order for you to you need to call on Yahushua's name. You need to call on the Heavenly Father Yahweh's name, and you can't do that in any other language but in Hebrew. Other men propping themselves up like they're somebody, but meanwhile they're secret perverts. Well, there's many deceivers out here. Many people saying that the end isn't going to come for another 1,000 years. This, that, whatever. When all the signs are here. Verse 5: For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many, or I am anointed. So they say they got the oil, they're anointed to follow them, and people are going to be deceived by that. They're going to be deceived by their garments, how they supposedly bring it out, but they're really set up to be deceivers. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled. So you're hearing about different wars all over. There was a war in Sudan, war I believe in Congo, war in was the Middle East. Right now, they got Yemen, the small hats fighting a war on 8 fronts. And eventually that's going to go into a World War III. Hey, even Russia and Ukraine, Europe preparing for World War III. China, Taiwan, rumors of war. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So the end isn't just yet. This is just the beginning. You still got to go through Jacob's trouble. You still got to go through all the trouble that's coming upon the earth. You still got to go through the MOTB. But all these things are coming quickly. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. So I'm going to jump down to verse 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. So iniquity, wickedness is abounding. G458 Anomia says a condition of without law, the contempt and violation of the law, iniquity and wickedness. And this is all under Esau Edom's rule. Under his rule, iniquity is abounding. It's over and beyond. And let me see here. I got a preset. And I'm going to come back to this, Lord willing. But so back to Matthew 24, verse 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. So let's look at this word for love. This is G26 agape, which is benevolence. And you also for brotherly love. So the love you have, the love that you see amongst the brotherhood, amongst brothers that are in the truth, that's agape. That's real love. You're doing well to one another. It's not a fuzzy feeling, butterflies in your stomach kind of feeling. So again, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. So, the love of many shall wax cold. Let's get that. This is G5594, psycho. And it says to breathe, blow cool by blowing, to made or grow cold, or waning love. So, people don't have love for one another. No brotherly love. They're in other words, being selfish. And the word for psycho, that's a heavy word, because when somebody's a psycho, you call that like slang, and they're out of their mind. They don't care nothing. They only care about themselves. They don't consider they're hurting anybody. They don't care. You know, they don't have love for anybody. So let's go here. This is just a Wikipedia article, and because the video was saying that hey, them girls, they tried to stab their mother. They hit her with a brick. They knocked down the grandmother. All because they cut off the internet. So this is an internet addiction disorder, and this ain't no medical, medical anything. This is just, I'm just reading an article. It says internet addiction disorder, also known as problematic internet use or pathological internet use, is a problematic compulsive use of the internet, particularly on social media. And you see the different kinds of social media. It's going to mention Facebook a lot in this, but hey, you got TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, all these things. Hey, these things are constantly sucking you in, drawing your attention towards them. So that impairs individuals' function over a prolonged time or a prolonged period of time. Young people are at particular risk of developing internet addiction disorder, with case studies highlighting students whose academic performance declines as they spend more time online. Some experience health consequences from loss of sleep as they stay up to continue scrolling, chatting, and gaming. So this screen, this thing is witchcraft. This thing can affect your health. It's not just a screen. This thing draws your mental. It draws you away to where people ain't eating, they ain't sleeping. They just want to keep scrolling, getting the dopamine hits or whatever. Excessive internet use is not recognized as a disorder by the American side. Yeah, anyway. I'm going to jump down. In 2011, the term Facebook addiction disorder emerged. FAD is characterized by compulsive use of Facebook. In 2017, a 2017 study investigated a correlation between excessive use and narcissism, reporting FAD was significantly positively related to the personality trait narcissism and to negative mental health variables, depression, anxiety, and stress symptoms. So, hey, it's not just the Facebook. I'm old as fuck. Anyway, it's not just Facebook. It's all these social media things. It's all this. It's going to draw away your attention. It's going to bring out these worst traits in you. It's going to bring out the worst of you. So let me go. That's all I'm going to do from the article, just for time's sake. Oh, actually, let me read this one next paragraph. Additionally, in 2020, and 2020 was a very heavy year. I just did a lesson the other day, about the different countries being depressed, the happiest places on earth. And a lot of places, they became more depressed. Like the depression doubled during this year. And everybody should remember what happened during that period of time, which really started in 2019. But additionally, in 2020, studies have shown that there has been an increase in the prevalence of IAD, this internet addictive disorder, since the COVID pandemic. Studies highlighting the possible relationship between C19 and IAD have looked at how forced isolation and its associated stress may have led to higher usage levels of the internet. Now you can even use that, see that looking like, hey, this thing could be used as a weapon. You being isolated, all you can do, the only way you can see the outside world is through the internet. But hey, guess what? Hey, who knows how this is going to be? Because hey, in the coming time, your internet usage could be restricted, unless you get that CHIP. Because hey, the CHIP, you're going to need everything to do that CHIP. And they're trying to regulate the internet more and more. It's just, you got to use your imagination for these things, because everything here in Babylon the Great, everything in Esau's world, Esau being the cunning hunter that he is, it's going to be set up to be a trap. it's going to be set up to be evil. Some kind of evil coming out of it. It reminded me of that movie, Wishmaster. That was a good movie. Little horror movie about a jinn or a genie, whatever, that, hey, whenever you made a wish, you might wish for something simple, but if you ain't make it, basically every wish came with some evil bullshit behind it. You know, but that's this devil. You know, everything that he does, it comes with some evil bullshit behind it. The water, you drinking the water. Now you got, carcinogens in you. Now you got microplastics all flowing in your bloodstream. You know, just things like that, dealing with this devil, dealing with the wicked. But anyway, that's it for the article. It's just showing that, hey, this is a real thing. People being addicted to the internet. And you've seen it's a real thing from the video. You know, them girls attacking their mother, their grandmother, trying to chase them around with the knives and hitting her over a brick. Hey, them little demons need to be put to death. But leave it to Esau. Oh, we just need to understand them, and we just need to hug them and cherish them, and we just need to get them to right. This is 2 Timothy chapter 3, and I'll start at verse 1. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. So let's look at this word for perilous. This is G5467, chalepos, which means through the idea of reducing the strength, difficult, i.e. dangerous or furious, fierce, hard to do, to take, to approach, hard to bear, troublesome, dangerous, harsh, fierce, savage. These are going to be harsh times. These are going to be deadly times. This is the time of Jacob's trouble. This is the time, like Revelation 3 and 10. It's going to try the whole world. This is going to be hard to deal with. You know, all these people out here on some kind of drugs, some kind of antidepressant, you know, addicted to the internet, scrolling as they're driving. You know, these people are out of their minds. These people are bugged out. But it's all that's out here. Everybody that's out here. Everybody that's not in this truth. So 2 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 1, this know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. So these are very dangerous times. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, which a narcissist. You know, they selfish. They only care about themselves. Covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents. You just seen to try to kill the mom and the grandma. Unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good, traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of God, having a form of godliness but denying the power thereof, from such turn away. So even though this is speaking of men that are supposed to be in the truth, men that are coming, those false prophets, but this is the people also. This is the world. These are worldly people this is describing. But this is all that's out here. Psychos. And you gotta stay away from them. Stay alert. And I'll close out with this. This is 2nd Ezra chapter I'll start at verse 5. 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and verse 5. Behold, saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. So all these are sent by the Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. All the judgments that you see coming out, sinkholes opening up, the missiles themselves, the ICBMs that are going to destroy this place, and this is all created by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Verse 6, for wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. So wickedness is exceedingly polluted, it says. Exceeding, it's overflowing. And the works are fulfilled. The destruction is getting ready to come. Verse 7, therefore saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. So the blood is overflowing. Yahweh Shem Yahushai is tired of you wicked niggas. And he's getting ready to bring the hammer down on you. And the just are complaining continually. In the heavens and here on earth, we're constantly sending up prayers, constantly asking Yahweh Shem Yahushai to bring the destruction. Verse 9, and therefore saith Yahweh Shem Yahushai, I will surely avenge them, and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. So, Yahweh Shem Yahushai is going to bring the destruction. He's going to destroy this place. And let's see, is there anything else? That's pretty much it. Let me see. Well, let me. Here we go. This is Matthew 24 and verse 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. So this is, you can't give up. You can't get cold. You got to be hot for this truth. You got to be hot for Yahweh Shem Yahushai. You got to be on fire for this. You can't give yourself up into the world. Which, that's the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. We got nothing to do with it. But he that shall endure to the end, let's see that word for it. G5278, hypomeno, to remain, to persevere under misfortunes and trials, to hold fast to one's faith in the Messiah, to endure, to bear bravely and calmly ill treatments. So you're going to have to bear through this, bear through being around the wicked, bear through having to see all the wickedness going on amongst our people, all the nonsense, all the folly, all that stuff, and you're going to have to bear through it. You're going to have to endure. Verse 14, and this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. So this gospel is going out through the internet. And it's going all out throughout the world via the internet, starting with the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And it's beautiful because we're seeing the end times showing themselves, the signs showing themselves. And this was just a part of it. And Lord willing, this is edifying. I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the 144,000 and the rest of the elect. Shalom.